Welcome to Inventive Minds Child, Youth, and Family Support Center. We are a not-for-profit organization working with families in their day-to-day parenting by providing workshops and seminars related to pediatric and child development. Inventive Minds provides care in the early years sectors for newborn to age 6, licensed under the Ministry of Education all across Ontario. Inventive Minds carries an elementary school open to international students from junior kindergarten to grade 3. The Inventive Minds Family Center helps families in mediation, arbitration, and parent coordination cases related to family separation and divorce. We support families during and past separation and divorce. Inventive Minds works with court orders to conduct child voice record and parenting courses related to CAS, court, and mediation purposes. To learn more about our services, reach us at inventivekids.com or canadafamilymediation.com. When I think about Little Kids Big Feelings, I like to always phrase things in a positive perspective. A lot of times when you hear a title, Little Kids Big Feelings, individuals call them tantrums, bad behavior, and that is the opposite perspective of how I look at it. When I see little kids with big feelings, I'm seeing emotions. I see support. I see what is it that we can do as primary caregivers to help create that safe environment for the children so they can have that safe space, sense of security in order to grow and develop. So let's get a little bit technical. What is emotional regulation in children? Emotional regulation refers to children's abilities to identify and manage their feelings. Emotional regulation begins with caregivers' relationships. Attentive caregivers who are consistent meet the needs of the children and set the foundation of healthy emotional regulation, creating a safe space where a child's voice can be heard. This means the primary caregivers must create secure attachment within the children's day-to-day routine and needs. If I'm going to have an anxious attachment or if I'm going to have an avoidant attachment, all of that becomes part of my little or big feeling. Here are some tips that fosters an environment that can help your child to regulate using soft skills, meaning using gentle words, kind words, words that clarifies empathy. That teaches child how to regulate their emotion. You do that by your own role modeling when you're communicating with your child. Let's say if your child uses physical harm by taking a toy and hitting you with a toy. If you use the phrase, no, don't hit, that's a negative phrase. If you role model by placing our hand in our children's hand and say, gentle hand hurts, and using expression by picture, that really helps the child see how that can make that other individual feel. You're teaching them empathy. The same thing happens. They're showing you an emotion. You could have flashcards of emotion, asking them, which one are you feeling? Are you feeling sad, angry, happy? Those are things you start from toddlerhood, and then later you add on to that. So once the child is an adolescent or teen, you can use iceberg of emotions because now they have that problem solving. They have that logic. You can say, okay, you're getting triggered, you're getting upset when Johnny does not allow you to play with the toy he brought from home. So let's look at what are those feelings coming from inside your stomach. Or is it stress you're feeling? Is it anger you're feeling? Is it nuts your stomach feeling? Those things can help you distinguish if this is a trigger behavior for anxious, trigger behavior for anger. Maybe a trigger behavior for anger is eating my nails or pushing a toy or playing with my face. Those are signs that an emotion is to be triggered. And that's where we come in as parents. We need to monitor our children and look at what are their triggers. So as the parent, we support those triggers before it turns to a whining, before it turns to crying. But it is okay to cry. Crying is part of releasing that big feeling that you have. How you cry and why you cry. Is crying going to give you the scapegoat as an adolescent and teen for my screen time? If that's the way it's going to work and you're going to think this is a little feeling for a big feeling, no, that's actually parenting traps. So it's like analyzing it, putting those boundaries for yourself as a parent. And then a lot of that also is about co-parenting, how you co-parent together in a home, your parenting values, your partner's parenting values, and putting those values together and coming with set of boundaries as you carry your parenting in the home. When you're feeling a big emotion, it's important to not react to that emotion. If your child is feeling that big emotion, it's important that not to be going to your child's face at that time and giving them the space. Maybe they need 5 minutes, maybe they need 10 minutes of that space of their own. And then you can go to them and talk about their behavior. Behaviors do need consequences because we are parents. And as parents, we need to teach children if we do good, there's good consequences. There are rewards. If we have a bad behavior, there's consequences. So, for example, in your home, your TV screen time is half an hour a day. Your child has gone past their screening time. You should have reminded your little one at least twice before that half an hour that that screen time is over. If you're going in there and you're informed them twice, and the third time when you're going there, they're being disrespectful about it, you need to show them the consequence. If you do not show them the consequence, the behavior gets bigger. So they have to understand who's the parent, who's the adult, but they also understand that they have words, they have feelings, and those are what sets boundaries within the home and creates a safe environment within the home. The same techniques are used in a classroom. A good educator sets a series of boundaries that they carry in their classroom. Those boundaries helps the child how to regulate their emotions because now there's an expectation, there's a routine, there's a task. To help children that are very dysregulated with emotions, sometimes it can also be that there are other issues, medical needs issues. Some could be that they have ADD or ADHD, autism. With those children, it's really important that not only if we follow tasks, we also follow time. Time and task, it becomes very important part of therapy method that we want to work with them. And being descriptive, being age level to their cognitive ability, whether we're using 2-word phrases or 3-word phrases. It could be a 10-year-old, but their cognition of development or their needs of comprehension isn't more than 3-word phrases. And that needs to be divided in tasks. Task 1, task 2, task 3. When those tasks are completed, then you move to the next. Parenting means patience. Parenting means self-care. And self-care means sometimes you need a break. And taking a break is okay. That break could be taking jasmine tea. That break could be a nature walk. That break can be listening to a music. That break means knocking at your friend's door and sitting with your friend, getting community collaboration support. There's the community there to help you, to support you, whether it is other parents that get together where children can have playtime. It's important to look for those networks to see that parenting isn't just one-sided. Parenting is a collaboration of support that we want to do together to enrich our children. I hope that today's presentation was helpful and you were able to take some tips and add it into your parent toolbox. Please feel free to look up inventivekids.com. We have an International Bachelor Academy for children from age 3 to grade 3, which is a primary program, IB International. We have an early years section for newborn to 5-year-old. We are part of the government program. We are a not-for-profit organization for over 19 years. Not only we do workshops and seminars for families and community, we also do family mediations, arbitrations, child voice, family therapy. So please feel free to check us out and see how we can help you move forward in your parenting. Please feel free to reach out to inventivekids.com and look at our other events and workshops coming up in our family center. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care.